Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Folklore&Felonies. I am Eddie Winchester, and to my left...
I'm Kat Quinn.
And always to my right is...
Cadaver the Clown.
There we go. There it is.
I don't know what happened. My
short-term memory loss.
No. My stuff froze, so it was weird. Like, it really just, when you guys talked, it like really stretched itself out. And it kind of almost sounded like when you had dial-up internet.
Okay, so this is our second part to our first part of the video, which was talking about Cropsey, a.k.a. Andre Rand. So, Kat, take it away. What are we discussing tonight?
We're discussing a few different things. If you haven't watched or listened to or enjoyed part one, please go ahead and pause where you're at now and go watch that. Then after you watch that, watch this episode and then go watch our other shit because it's great, I'll tell you. But we have a few different things on the list as we have gotten accustomed to. We're going to start off by discussing the victims. So the known victims of Andre Rand starts with Holly Ann Hughes. We talked about her in the first episode, or in the first part. There's really not a lot known about Holly. She was only 7 at the time when she went missing, but her family described her as being independent and confident. They were heavily involved and critical of the investigation into her disappearance. They just didn't feel like police force and task force actually did their jobs. However, Holly did have a half-brother who later on became a detective for the New York City Police Department. So.
Yes, and her going missing was his sole purpose to join the NYPD.
Yep, it became his whole life's mission. Mm-hmm. So then next we have Jennifer. Please help me with the pronunciation of this one. Swagger. Okay. So then we have Jennifer Swagger, who was age 12, was described by family and friends who knew her as sweet, affectionate, a happy child who was known and loved in her neighborhood. She did have Down syndrome, and a lot of people were concerned for her well-being, and that's what mobilized her community. Donna Congo, I'm so sorry if I butchered that pronunciation, who was interviewed in the Cropsey documentary, started an organization called Friends of Jennifer to search for her.
And it's still going on. Still going on to this day. They still do it.
Yeah, they're still active. They have branched off into not just still trying to look for Jennifer and find her remains, but they've also included other missing children as well in their searches. Mm-hmm. It is one of the largest searches in Staten Island history. I can't apparently read today.
Just today? That's not nice.
I know. No one ever said I was. So this is where, gentlemen, we are going to change things up just a little bit. There are suspected victims. We did mention that in the first part. So we've got some of them in order. And instead of where we typically do the cuss and discuss segment towards the end of the podcast or the end of the episode, I'm going to kind of incorporate it. So the way that I'm going to do it this go around is I'll give you a suspected victim. And then because you guys are from this area and y'all have a close connection to this case, we're going to cuss and discuss our thoughts on if it actually is a Cropsey victim or if it's not and why.
Oh, a quiz.
Uh-huh. So, not necessarily a quiz, but just thoughts and theories, if you will. So, starting with Alice Pereira. Again, so sorry if I'm butchering these. Not much was known about her. She was only 5 years old when she went missing, and any details about her pertaining to the case are very limited. Her family took part in the 2009 documentary Cropsey.
Good God.
Sorry. It's been a really long day. They did take part in the 2009 documentary titled Cropsey, with hope to one day have answers about what happened to her. Missing person reports with photos and connections and all of that were published everywhere that they could be. And that is really all that is known. Mm-hmm. So, do we want our own thoughts first, or do we want the connection she may or may not have had to Rand?
I know the connection that Pereira had with Rand beforehand. So I would say that there is a very, very, very good chance that she is a Cropsey victim, because that is a compelling connection there. Considering
What's the connection?
He worked for the Tyson's Lane apartment that she lived in. He was a painter. So at the time of the disappearance, he worked there. So, I mean, things kind of seem to be going on wherever he was. Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like she was a Cropsey victim. I feel like that was more than just a coincidence. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean
No. I wanted you to do that. I needed you to do that.
There's a potential victim. There was. And it's funny, well, not funny, but funny to me because he's my brother-in-law. When my brother-in-law was a child, he encountered Andre Rand.
Oh, shit.
And Andre Rand apparently tried to lure him into the green Volkswagen. I asked him if he was, comfortable doing an interview and talking about it. He just didn't. He didn't have the time, which is fine. But that's the story.
Join us for next episode. Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ. That's. So what are your thoughts on Alice? Do you think clear connection she is, or?
No, yeah, absolutely she is.
Oh. Less Cussy and discussy than I was expecting it.
There we go. Better.
Shit.
Absolutely not. No connection whatsoever. So what if he was working in the same building she disappeared from?
I mean, too coincidental. I'm just saying,
When it's that on the nose and when it's that obvious, it clearly can't be. Can't be. So next we have Audrey Lynn Narenberg, who was 18, had been diagnosed with disorganized schizophrenia at 15, but her parents said she had been responding well to treatment and felt comfortable with letting her run small errands. Parents at the time. She'd gotten lost before, but knew how to call home. She enjoyed dancing, music, and shopping. Her family moved to Florida in '85, but never stopped looking for her, and her case remains active still to this day.
Trying to figure out a way to put this without having it sound offensive. Was she challenged?
So with the disorganized schizophrenia, yes. With that diagnosis, it is very easy to confuse that mind to the point where they have difficulties. Just like with standardized schizophrenia, it's not just the internal voices that confuse them, it is everything that's around them that also confuses them. So you could tell her, or anyone with this diagnosis, and of course I'm not a doctor by any means, but you could tell anybody with this diagnosis, hey man, the sky's purple, and they would actually believe it, not because the voices in their mind told them, but because you told them.
Yeah, because you're more susceptible and open to suggestion.
Yep.
Now, for Audrey, I'm going to say that I take this one with a grain of salt, because Audrey did not even live on Staten Island at the time. She lived in Brooklyn, which, don't get me wrong, it's just a quick jump across the Verrazano from Staten Island to Brooklyn, but she lived in Canarsie, and she went missing from her house. So, I mean, I know that the connection that was being stated originally between them was because she went to, a movie with her family or something, and Andre Rand's campsite was near there. But I feel like that could be just a coincidence. That one definitely could be a coincidence.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a coincidence because according to his pattern, she's a lot older than
Right.
Let's say that she did really kind of fit his MO, and I want to say this as delicately as possible because he kind of went after those that seemed to have issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason, he went after cognitive issues, and I don't understand why. But maybe it's because they were easier, more malleable to control, whatever else. But I mean, she did kind of fit that MO. But as you said, she was a lot older than what he would go for originally.
Right.
And I mean, he even made that statement in jail about how Ted Bundy went for women and he went for kids.
Yeah.
So I mean,
now
sorry,
similarities, but a little off. Not really his MO 100%.
Right. Now, something that we did touch back on in the first episode or the first part, just because she was physically 18 does not mean that she was mentally 18.
Yes.
So if we do want to play on the mental disabilities or cognitive disabilities, that could easily be a connection. Just because her physical age is out of his realm, that doesn't necessarily mean that mentally she was outside of his realm.
Yeah.
But I do also agree with the oldest confirmed was Holly at 7, and then you've got Jennifer, who was 12, and then you've got Alice, who was 5. So you've got 7, 12, 5. They're still within that small itty bitty range.
Yeah, they're still small children.
Yep. Which, when you look at Audrey being 18, it puts more of a...
And like looking at pictures of Audrey, she wasn't even like small statured.
Right. It was clear that she was an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, she was more adult.
Right.
But her mindset wasn't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because, I mean, what 18-year-olds, just not even thinking nowadays, but like what 18-year-old would get lost by being able to get lost by doing easy tasks, but yet still had the wherewithal to be able to phone home and let them know that she was lost.
Maybe the fact that she actually looked 18, like that was like a deterrent for Rand. Like, she's too advanced for me. Let me let me not do that.
Right. And also, it could simply be wrong place, wrong time if we're going to take the part connection to it. He didn't typically go for... I feel like working in a place and living in a place are very different, and that seemed to be a line that he didn't cross willingly or if ever.
Well, I mean, he kind of, from what it seems like, he had no real issue shitting where he eats.
Mm-hmm.
And that he used it as like his pipeline to get victims. So with that being said, even though he camped out near Forest Avenue, I'm just going to say that again, Forest Avenue, Ed knows where that is comparative to where the Verrazano Bridge in Brooklyn is. That's a ways. That's a bit away.
Right.
So in connection to that he went a long way out to go and get that victim if that's what he did.
That was the case. Yeah.
He seemed to stay close to home usually, and to go all the way from Forest Avenue all the way out to go to Canarsie seems to be a troop,
Yeah. That's a ways away from his his site, his grounds.
So we're saying no on that one?
I'm gonna say yeah, it's questionable at best.
Coincidental? Sure. But do I think that she's a victim of Rand's? No.
Yep, I agree.
That doesn't quite fit the MO.
No.
And I mean, this is not to disparage the fact that this is not a missing person or that she might not have been victimized in some way, shape, or form. I'm just saying I don't know if it was his victim.
Right.
And I want to say that with the utmost. I want to say that with such carefulness that I'm not trying to offend or hurt anybody or anything else.
Absolutely.
And, that it's she's not a part of his thing or might not be, so she doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Absolutely. No, I definitely
This is
agree.
a first for us, folks. We're trying not to offend.
Consciously trying not to offend.
That doesn't come easy from somebody named Cadaver the Clown.
It doesn't come easy for any one of us, regardless of names.
Speaking of which, I said that I was digging around in my office and I found my old business cards.
Oh, look at you. Well, fancy and professional. The only one here, by the way, folks, that has a business card is Cadaver the Clown. Make that make sense.
And if you look in the background of Cadaver, I noticed a little something in the window there. There it is.
What, the Zodiac back there?
Yeah.
Then I got
of course, naturally, 5 episodes later, we finally get a place to put it.
I was actually trying to do that so that I can actually feel my air conditioner, because of the blinds I couldn't feel anything.
Put the Zodiac there to feel the air conditioner. Total sense, pure logic.
If it helps, it helps. Okay, you know what they say: if it works, but it's stupid, it wasn't really stupid. Now was it?
Right.
I think that's what they say. I'm not good at this.
No.
You know what they say. Another one that we did mention in part 1 is Ethel Louise Atwell, aged 42, a devoted mother of 4 and described as always wanting to help others by one of her sons, Kenneth. She went above and beyond for the residents of Willowbrook, always wanting them to experience life to the fullest.
I will say that I do believe that she very well might be one of his victims, but I feel like it was more of a crime of opportunity rather than his usual thing.
Yeah.
100%. I feel like there might have been some sort of essay, because Lord knows, if you say that sort of stuff on YouTube,
No, you could say it on YouTube. It's TikTok. You can't say shit like
okay. Well, I feel like it might have been maybe a sexual assault that went wrong, or an attempted one, and then she wound up kind of, in the wrong place at the wrong time in that area. I mean, as if there's ever a right time or right place.
Right.
But I feel like that it was more of a crime of, hey, kind of like when you see a fly land into a spider's web.
The opportunity presented itself, and he was just like, okay.
Yeah. He just looked over and was like, you know what? I could really go for one of those. And that was it,
God.
Right. So
like a Happy Meal.
So with Ethel, there was also Shin Lee, 44, who was found murdered within a month or 2 of Ethel's disappearance.
In the same area, yeah.
Yep. She also worked at Willowbrook, and her body was found on the grounds. However, there's not a lot of info about her, so neither Ethel or Shin were disabled and the only 2 adult victims. I mean, Ethel was 42, a Black woman with a family, and Shin was 44. So do we want to put in our 2 cents for Shin Lee, or...
I think it's going to be along the same lines as Ethel, unfortunately, because I feel like, it's going to be around the same time, I feel like, because those happen within the same time frame of each other. I believe it was 2 months, you said, right?
Yeah.
And they're both on the facility grounds, basically. I mean, according to what I read, Ethel was found, 75 feet away in the woods?
Yeah.
And then Shin Lee was found buried in the grounds in the wooded area anyway. And he was still probably skulking around that area anyway.
Absolutely. I don't know. Those
creeping everybody out and stuff.
Yeah. Those other than it just being Willowbrook, I on these 2 in particular, I can't say that I think it was him. Nothing about it sits right or even feels right. So just from my personal feeling and opinions, I don't think there was a connection there other than it just being Willowbrook. I could most definitely be wrong, and I will accept the fact that I could be wrong on that. It doesn't fit for me.
Hey, can I also, by the way, just now I'm sitting here just kind of looking at pictures of Andre Rand and stuff, because I'm going through all the stuff I have for it at the same time. Andre Rand looks like, you remember Sesame Street?
Yeah.
He looks like Bert from Sesame Street that became sentient. And now that I've seen it, I can't unsee
it.
Oh no. Well, that's official. We're gonna get sued by Lord knows who, maybe the Hensons,
And this is why we have disclaimers before our heavy episodes.
God.
Because we truly don't mean any offense, but yeah.
No, that one I meant offense. Fuck him.
Not offense
to Rand or Bert and Ernie?
Right.
Not Bert, but Andre Rand. Fuck him.
Poor
Okay.
Bert.
Are you looking it up now? Because you could definitely see it if you put the pictures side by side.
You really can.
No, I'm gonna have to put them. I'm gonna have to fucking put the pictures.
Either that, or he looks like if you remember the movie Labyrinth, he kind of looks like Hoggle in his younger days.
Now there's two things ruined.
Both Henson too.
Because
no, Sesame Street wasn't Jim Henson. That was Muppets.
But yeah, that's
what?
Okay.
I think you broke him for a second.
What? Sesame Street wasn't Jim Henson.
But yeah, he did not. But that was like Children's Television Workshop.
Now I have to Google.
There we go.
In 1969, Henson joined the children's television program Sesame Street, where he helped develop Muppet characters for the series.
Sesame Street was created by Joan Gans Cooney and Lloyd Morissette, but Jim Henson created many of its iconic Puppets characters. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Miss Piggy, Kermit, Bert and Ernie.
Oh, yeah. No, he really does look like a fucking younger, like a weirder version of Hoggle.
I just can't offend Hoggle like that.
Don't get me wrong. Hoggle's the dude, bro. That's my guy right there.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's the facial proportions, because when they build puppets, and I know this because I do build puppets myself, you try and go for that exaggerated look. You want the, it's cartoonified, more of a caricature of a person,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
It just so happens that Mr. Bruchette / Andre Rand there just happens to look like a caricature himself.
Yeah, he definitely does. That is for damn sure.
So before we get even more hit with lawsuits, let's get off the Sesame Street, okay?
Let's get off of Jim Henson. May he rest in peace. So next we have Tahese Jackson, who was 11. She was described as a typical child of the era, independent and trustworthy, but she suffered from multiple medical conditions. Her family had just been displaced by a house fire and was living in a motel when she went missing. Her mother eventually went home to Georgia, never knowing what happened to her daughter.
Yeah, also, now that where they were was over in Richmond Avenue, which is actually where the what is that, the 121 precinct now is?
Yes.
Yep, that's where the 121 precinct is. Because that's right there on Forest and Richmond Avenue, and then right next to Baron Hurst Cemetery. Right. Yeah. So that's crazy that area then became a police department, a police precinct. But Tahese Jackson, I will say I do believe.
Yeah.
So her connection to Rand was she disappeared just 12 days after he was released from prison. He did have a campsite at Baron Hurst Cemetery, which was less than half a mile from the motel that she was staying at, which was, as we mentioned in the first episode, or the first part, Mariners Harbor Motel. Rand matched the description of a man hanging around the motel parking lot that Tahese's mom had given. She was Black, unlike the others, but a child and disabled, which matches Rand's profile.
And his desire knows no racial boundary.
Right. Yep.
Now, the other portion of that is, just saying, because I know that area very well, because that's where I lived. I lived in Mariners Harbor for 16, 17 years. So, I mean, I know that area very well. And Yeah, it's that cemetery is massive.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty big. So I mean, I believe that somebody could go around camping in there and nobody would notice.
Yeah.
Also, incidentally, a long time ago in the late 80s, early 90s, I actually lived on Richmond Avenue right down the block from there. So it was right across the street from the cemetery.
Oh wow. So yeah,
So
I feel
we're saying yes that she was a random.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have to agree with that one.
Too many coincidences.
Too many parallels. Too damn many. Last, most certainly not least, is Henry Gaffario, 22. Staten Island local who lived with his parents and 3 brothers. He was developmentally delayed and reported
Wait, what was his name again?
Henry Gaffario.
Henry or Hank?
Henry. But Hank is a nickname for Henry.
Okay, because that's what they have him down as, is Hank Gaffario.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Gaffario.
Okay. So again, he was a Staten Island local who lived with his parents and 3 brothers. He was developmentally delayed and reported as functioning like a 15-year-old boy. More than 40 years later, Henry remains a missing, or Hank remains a missing son and brother whose family has never received answers.
You know, it was funny, when they were having news coverage and doing interviews, I think for Jennifer, you see Hank in the background.
Oh.
But he was just there.
So his connection to Rand, his home was on the same block as Andre Rand's aunt's residence and near the area connected to Holly Ann Hughes.
Or maybe that was it. It was either Jennifer or Holly Ann. I can't actually remember, but it was some type of news coverage for one of them, but you see him in the background.
Jeez, that put a chill down my spine. Herberton Avenue in Port Richmond.
That's Heberton.
Heberton. I am so sorry.
Get it right.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Heberton Avenue in Port Richmond.
I say that's the street my godmother used to live on.
I am so sorry. As we all know, Kat tries really hard not to offend anyone, so I am sorry. He and Audrey could be victims of Rand given their disabilities, but it is odd that he would target a male.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, Hank did have the disability.
Right. Mentally aged at 15.
And that seems to be, was his MO, to go after, the disabled ones.
Right. Ones is a good way to put it. But with that in mind, and especially now knowing that he was seen in the background of the interviews, be it Jennifer or Holly, what are our thoughts?
I'm not going to add my thoughts to that because there's nothing good that can come from that, especially considering that there was a claim that that he was spotted at a diner with Rand the day that he vanished. So, I mean, I'm not going to... I don't want to put any speculation there, but it seems a little off that he would be behind somebody during an interview for that and then be spotted with Rand.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was one of these things that, Rand just happened to see the interview and saw a kid in the background,
But why?
Yeah, but as a 22-year-old, as a 22-year-old, even if you have the intelligence quotient of, like, let's say a 15-year-old boy, bro, at 15, I wanted to fight everything.
True.
So, I mean, like, if you were taken, it's not going to be like, hey, let's go to the diner, guy who just kidnapped me.
Right. But again, I mean...
He didn't know any better.
Right. Developmentally delayed and functioning like a 14-year-old boy. Like...
you see, but that's different, though, because at 14, you still do know the difference between right and wrong,
Sure, if if you're in the right environment.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're not drunk, you know.
I mean, you said that they lived on the same street, the same block.
Yep.
Maybe, you know, he was Rand was always nice to him. You know, they knew each other. You know, neighbors. So maybe Hank thought it was a safe bet.
Yeah, a familiar face, and I mean, I know my son would happily go grab a burger, or I know, cadaver, it was my computer. I'm sorry. Never fails. I know my son, who's about to be turning 14, if it's a familiar face that he knows and he trusts, I could easily see him thinking nothing of it and going and getting a burger. I mean,
shit, I didn't trust anybody then. I don't trust nobody now. DTA.
That's
DTA all day.
Different.
Eyes on the back of the head.
That's different. I mean, I'm very much the same way, but
I don't even trust myself.
DTA. Don't trust anybody.
I agree, but it's a possibility. It doesn't. Dever, I may have to agree with you on this one. Nothing good is going to come from my theories and my ideas on it.
It doesn't sit well. That's what the problem is.
It doesn't sit well at all, because you could make the argument of it being an innocent, familiar face gone horribly wrong because it's Andre Rand. Or there's the darker humanity thinking side of it, where if it's a Gacy, or not a Gacy, John Wayne Gacy, what if it's a Gacy situation?
I mean, what I'm trying to say is, again, not trying to speculate with the theories or anything else, but either way, I'm going to say that he was friendly with Rand.
Yeah.
And the fact that he showed up, I mean, if he showed up in the Holly Ann Hughes thing, that's not out of the ordinary, because she lived right around the corner from
right.
her. But the fact that he was there, then he was seen with Rand, you know, I mean, it's not too big of a jump to say, okay, well, maybe it was just a friendly face, but I mean, there is some aspects of it that are strange, because that's not who Rand would usually target.
Right.
But again, going back to what the 44-year-old woman, 45-year-old woman, opportunity presented itself.
Could very well be.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody that might be watching this that may have any connection to Mr. Gafario or anything else, or the family there. That's not my intention. I'm just saying that there's no good that, you know, can come from speculation.
Absolutely. As we say in the disclaimer before all of our heavy-hitting episodes, we're not here to glorify this piece of shit. We're here to bring as much honor and respect to the families as we possibly can. And unfortunately, this one just so happens to be a sticky situation where it's a slippery slope on either side of the coin.
So what are we landing on? Yay or nay?
I don't even think that we can give a yay or nay on this one.
I do, and I will, just for the continuity of the episode here, I do believe that he would be one of Cropsey victims, because again, there's a lot of crossroads that, you know,
right.
And as we've seen, the alleged killer, because, you know, they said they only got him on 2 counts of kidnapping. The alleged killer, Mr. Rand, really had no problem shitting where he eats.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, he didn't care. It's his area, so it's kind of like that of like a predatory animal.
Yeah.
I say, unfortunately, that, you know, he was a victim of Rand.
Mm-hmm. In either way, the scale tips. He was a victim.
I mean, otherwise, where is he then?
Right.
And what happened?
What happened? Happened.
But there's a whole bunch of myths and lore surrounding Cropsey Andre Rand. So many different ones that there was a speculation that a satanic group was a part of it, which they were interviewed in the Cropsey documentary, but they didn't.
We don't claim him. We don't claim him.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what they said without saying it.
Dang it. Yeah.
But they were like the top of the list to, you know.
I will tell you, I have seen some strange shit in some of the places on Staten Island.
Were there a whole bunch of devil worshippers and Satanists on the island? Absolutely. Absolutely
Sure.
they were.
Like we went to I don't know if you ever been to the abandoned monastery that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there and there was a bunch of dudes in fucking black like hooded cloaks and shit.
Yeah, I've seen that once.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not
Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm. But no, the whole situation is you step in, you're like, oh, yeah, this isn't where I parked my car. I gotta go take that long ass trudge back up that friggin' hill through the fence, you know?
You see the difference with you? You went out the way you came, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't fall down the hill. I rolled down the fucking hill.
That means he fell.
That means he fell.
He fell and tried to turn it into one of those tactical rolls. Just go, yeah, parkour.
Not even. I tried to save myself so many times. I tried to grab a branch here and there, like nothing. It was just like boof, 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 boof.
It looked like you remember the movie Hot Rod where he falls.
Dude, if you were driving on the expressway at that particular moment in time and look to your right, you would just see somebody come like.
And without even the courtesy of "as you wish," I had to throw out Princess Bride. We brought up Labyrinth.
Oh my god. Inconceivable.
I do not think that means what you think it means. No more times now. I mean it.
But within the within the Cropsey documentary, they interviewed tons of retired NYPD detectives that were particularly on these cases. 2 of them are still alive and kicking and are still trying to crack this case to see, hey, was Rand actually behind these disappearances?
Oh.
But there's one detective that they interviewed, like I said earlier before we started recording this, there's one detective that he just doesn't sit right with me. And I must have watched that documentary a dozen times. And every time it just doesn't sit right with me. When they would ask him a question, like a certain question, he would just.
Oh, just the smirk.
Yeah, he would just smirk, and then all the times he would be like, I don't want to discuss this. Like he had that look about him that just didn't sit right with me. He knew more than he was letting on.
It could be, or it could have been just done for artistic
theatrics
license.
and dramatics.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy knows more than he's. Meanwhile, it's just like, oh, dude, I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking about. They found me walking down the street.
I'm not even a cop.
They just looked at me and said, "You have resting cop face. Come over here. We're going to ask you some questions."
You got the 90s cop haircut. You're in.
I love how everybody was able to picture exactly what he was talking about at that moment. Everybody knew exactly.
It's like, hey, buddy. Oh, I don't want
to. We'll pay you in cheeseburgers. Yes. You got it.
Hey, rookie.
What's my motivation? Salty NYPD detective that's retired. All right, see, just like that. We're good.
And there it is, folks. So what other theories or folklore surrounds Cropsey that we haven't dived enough into yet?
Well, going back to, the Hookman, going ways back, that was a myth that was surrounded with Cropsey, that he had a hook for a hand, or he was wielding an axe or a machete. It was one of those three.
And I think I mentioned in first part, the horror stories that I heard of Cropsey was always connected to a hook hand. Like, that was the thing for Cropsey.
Which is furthest from the truth, because you know.
Clearly. And also, for some reason, like, imagery of Cropsey, or at least the ones that I had seen, always involved like a cornfield.
I don't know why.
No clue why. I truly think it was just people bullshitting with the fact that he went by Cropsey. Where did Cropsey come from? Why did that name start?
Great question.
Do neither of you know? We just grew up around the legend and the myth. We were just told, hey, we were just told as kids not to walk in the woods at after dark. If you get lost in there, follow your way back to camp with the markings on the trees. Like, that was it.
And then Cadaver is assaulted by a bug.
Yeah, it went in my eye.
Squish it.
Which is why I keep like rubbing at my arms, because I'm being eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Well, according to the internet, right? And I actually originally thought, because like if you go to Brooklyn, there's Cropsey Ave.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but I thought it might have something to do with that. But apparently, it's because of the region. It says becoming synonymous with the real life tragedies explored in the Cropsey documentary. The name itself likely stemmed from an older New York folk character or regional surname. So yeah.
Okay.
It's a regional.
No, that's not good enough. Try again. That doesn't.
Nah, I'm not satisfied.
Hold on.
No.
ClassicNewYorkHistory.com. Let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Stands here, blah 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 blah. Its history later became intertwined with the urban legend of Cropsey, a story that blurred the line between childhood fear, local folklore, and real life tragedy. Excuse me. Before the advent of creepypastas, the online horror stories whose name came from the phrase copy and paste, urban legends were passed along by old-fashioned way. They were told around campfires, whispered in schoolyards, and repeated by kids trying to scare one another. City dwellers who went off to camp or moved to the suburbs no doubt heard some version of the story about the man with the hook. He lived in the woods, and escape had happened somewhere, and he was out there waiting. Let's see.
Yep.
Still waiting to see if I'm still scrolling through here to see if where the name came from. Despite being New York's smallest borough, Staten Island had more than its share of institutions. The New York Farm Colony once had a home where indigent could keep their keep and earn their keep. A Seaview Hospital, a facility for tuberculosis patients, stood out near Willowbrook. Blah 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 da 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 da.
Well, I mean, farmland. That makes sense.
Their local maniac had a name. He was called Cropsey. Okay. Cropsey is local legend is not entirely clear. It says how it came to attach the name Cropsey to it is not clear. The 1981 film The Burning helped bring the name to a wider audience through a slasher story about a disfigured camp counselor seeking revenge. Yep, I know that one.
I remember that movie.
New York filmmaker Harvey Weinstein was one of the original story writers, likely drawing inspiration from campfire tales he heard as a child. There were many versions of the story, but Cropsey seemed to belong especially to New York. So
of course he would like that.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it is unknown. That's what we're going to leave it at.
I don't like it. Try again.
You could try, by all means.
Which I guess I like, and it fits. Not knowing the actual origin of Cropsey, like just makes your mind race and wonder, like, hey, what is the actual origin? People are gonna go on a fucking deep dive.
Right. Take it where you want to take it, which is what the human mind is going to do, regardless on if we had the answers or if we didn't have the answers.
Because so far, of every video we've done thus far, there have been an origin to some person, except this one.
This one, motherfucker.
It says Diving a little deeper, it says there's no definitive explanation. The most widely accepted theory is that it was the name borrowed from the surname Cropsey, which was already present in New York history. One notable historical figure was Jasper Francis Cropsey, whose surname was well known in the region. Over time, that uncommon last name appears to have been adopted into real folklore because it sounded distinctive and memorable.
All right, I'll give it that.
So it was just because it was a cool sounding last name.
Sure.
Well, not cool sounding, but one of those ones like
it sticks.
Like Kruger or Voorhees. It just sticks.
Right. Yeah. Gacy, Bundy, Dean. Yep.
Because a lot of people don't know Cropsey's actual name, Andre Wren. They just know whatever. They just know Cropsey. So
right.
The Pied Piper of Staten Island.
The Freddy Krueger of Staten Island, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a dildo.
Absolutely.
He's definitely getting 1 star in the babysitting app.
That's fucking terrible. We were doing so good with this episode. We were doing so good.
If we've said it once, we'll say it again, and we will continue to say it at least once every episode. For all of your angry comments, concerns, emotional outbursts.
Send your angry emails to cadavertheclown at gmail.com.
Cadaver's House of Horrors at gmail.com.
And there it is.
Please send it to me. I need things to read. Whatever the case may be, at least I'm meeting new people.
Okay, so are we done with the victim portion or
portions?
Okay, so now it's the cuss and discuss portion.
Now it's the cuss and discuss on this absolute.
I already did cuss and discuss.
Well, for the victims for the victims themselves, but now we get to cuss and discuss this motherfucker in general.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Okay, so the consensus is more cuss than discuss. Got it. But no, Andre
Wren, he did terrible things. Was he all there mentally? No, he wasn't. And which I believe that's why he had a type.
Yeah.
From the documentary, someone, I can't remember who said it, but someone said it that in Rand's mind, he saw them as imperfect for this world.
This isn't Sam Winchester holding on to kids saying you're just too precious for this world. No. I don't like that. Try again.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that this guy was a complete douche nozzle because you know what? Growing up in New York City, you had enough things to worry about. I mean, whether it's, freaking people trying to steal you from the mall when you go Christmas shopping or, getting hit by a damn bus or something, or freaking, then you got this dildo who decided to fucking just, what? I'm going to come in there and I'm just going to start taking people. Fuck you, man. Yeah. There's enough shit to worry about. Stop adding to it.
And then never give anybody anything. We're just going to call
no closure, no nothing.
No. Not even a deathbed confession because that motherfucker's dead now, right?
No, he's still alive.
He's still in prison.
So, guys, I will say this: there may be a possibility one day he could see this. Fuck
Good.
You. Sorry.
Yeah. Good. I hope you see this, and I hope that
ass bag.
Yeah, we're not in your age bracket anyway, Rand. So,
I mean, I sometimes think I have I sometimes think that I have the sense of humor of a 14-year-old boy.
I was gonna say, but I stopped myself.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Jerk.
Bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Spicy.
So spicy, I moved my table.
But,
no.
Yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say.
Damn it. It's that old age kicking in, old man. Come on now.
He's an absolute waste of space and human resources. He's the reason why we have fucking global warming and holes in our ozone, and because he's allowed to still breathe air.
He's the reason for everything.
Absolutely.
Well, he is the reason that definitely people started locking their doors at night and not sending their kids to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not even going to say that because my mom used to send me as a kid to the store all the damn time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was just like, go free.
Get out of the house.
Lock
Leave
you
me
out.
alone.
Go free. Okay, Mom.
Don't be somebody else's problem for a minute.
Mom, I understand you want me to go and get a bottle of soda, a pound of ham, some cheese. I get that, but why are you telling me to go to the store that's 3 miles away?
Me and your daddy want some alone time.
That didn't happen either. She's like, just go. Don't worry about it. And if somebody stops a van in front of you that says free candy, be sure to ask them if they have the full-size candy bars.
If not, run.
Your mom was definitely in that apartment like, it's Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
Probably not.
Mr.
Probably
Nasty time.
not. No. Oh, I don't need to. Oh, you know what? I'll go get her. Hold on, I'll ask.
No, don't do that.
She's staying with me right now. She's here.
We could be interviewing her on what she remembers of this.
Okay, hold on one second.
Mama Cadaver.
Hey! Ma!
Oh. Domingo!
Fuck! I never know what she's doing. Hold, please.
Oh, no. Don't actually go get your mother.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I didn't mean it literally. When is he going to learn to stop taking my shit seriously?
Oh.
We're doing an episode on Cropsey and Andre Rand. They want to talk to you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me? Oh, geez. Thank you.
Come on.
Hi.
They can't see the camera off. You want to wear the headphones?
I guess if I'm going to listen to anybody.
Hi, Mama.
Welcome, Mama Cadaver.
Hi.
Hi. So, what do you remember, or how involved were you in the search parties for the Andre Rant victims?
Hughes. That's the only one I remember. That's only because she lived a couple of blocks from us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And as a matter of fact, she lived 2 blocks from Andrew's grandfather's house.
Okay.
So it was.
Yeah, Fort Richmond.
They were asking us, the teenagers, because we always knew where all the hideouts were. Especially the railroad tracks that were going across that side of the island. We knew the caves that were right on South Avenue.
Okay.
A bunch of hoodlums, all of them.
So we used to spend our times, hanging out in those areas. So when they asked for anybody to help with the search, all the teenagers helped.
Nice.
So it was a lot of running up and down the tracks. We knew where they were, the old stations, train stations. They also had like a basement.
Okay.
They had a floor underneath it. And most people didn't know that if you went by the tracks, that you could get into the window of that basement.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, nowadays they actually tore those stations off because nobody uses those tracks.
Right.
They still are in use, but nobody uses them for the public.
So were you just interviewed, or did you actually go out and search and look as well?
We weren't interviewed. We were just helping with the search.
Gotcha.
We were told, take a section, an area you would know, that is not known to the adults. It was basically more like, okay, the teenagers know more hideouts than the adults do.
Than the adults would, right?
So that's what we did.
Gotcha.
It was kind of scary. I mean,
yeah. Especially being a mom yourself and being that close to it.
Well, I wasn't a mom then. I was 16, 17 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was.
Sorry, Cadaver, didn't mean to make you that old. I see that look in the corner.
I was old, but I wasn't that old.
That was more an insult to Cadaver, I promise.
But yeah, so it was, I think I was about 16 and a half.
Oh.
So we were basically searching areas. I mean, some of the areas I didn't even know, but some of my friends did. And, I was like,
naturally, you're going to go for it too.
Yeah, we were going in big groups. We weren't allowed to go one-on-one. We were supposed to go in groups.
Keep the buddy system the entire time for just in case.
Yeah. And at that time, I think I went with 2 of the football players from Port Richmond High School.
And that's a conversation for a totally different time.
No, that wasn't it. I just wanted protection.
2 of the biggest guys that you could find. Grab them and go.
I mean, there were 3 girls and a couple of football players.
We're safe. We are good.
I was safe because I brought a bat with me. I don't care.
There you go.
Mama Cadaver's like, I didn't need the boys.
I mean, you got to understand that, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You don't know what you were going to encounter.
Right.
Especially near the caves. A lot of homeless people, a lot of crackheads at that time. So, I mean, during the day, it was a little safer in the afternoon.
Right.
And late evening, no, it wasn't safe.
Was there ever a time where you were concerned that you could have potentially been a victim? Not necessarily while you were out in the searches, but like just being at home or hanging out with friends.
No, there was a lot of disappearance, but it was younger kids. It wasn't any older kids. At that time, we just figured it was, whoever it was did not want to deal with older teenagers.
Right. That is awesome. So thank you so much for taking your time tonight and talking with us about it. This is awesome.
No problem.
Mama Cadaver, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely. Is there anything else that you would like to share or anything else you would like to say?
No, but good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you again.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
See there, that's my mom. You see, it was crazy. Awesome. You see how high I am sitting on this thing and how low
You bite your tongue, boy. She'll come right back down there.
I was about to say.
I screamed, Ma, and when I opened the door, she was already at the door. What happened? Is everything okay? That whole mom instinct,
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you. That's actually something I'm about to have to go and deal with.
Just like Doc Brown and his DeLorean, we are out of time, so...
That was a perfect ending note. Getting to talk with Mama Cadaver, who was actually there during that time. Wow. So, guys, thank you for another one and an unexpected surprised guest, having Mama Cadaver on. And tune in next time. As always, leave a comment. Let us know who you would like to hear or who was your local legend. What was your reason for not going out into the forest or into the woods or even across the railroad tracks as a kid? What kind of hate comments?
Dude, those tracks are scary as hell. I've been there.
What kind of hate comments would you like to leave for Cadaver? Who do you not want us to offend next? Let us know. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you have that notification on so that you can know when the next time we post. As always, I'm Kat Quinn.
I'm Eddie Winchester.
And I'm Cadaver the Clown.
And this has been Folklore and Felonies. Catch you on the next one.